Okay, first off, since I do not have self-rising flour, I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and a half teaspoon of salt to my 1 cup of flour and whisk all 3 ingredients together. A little disclaimer here, I am not a health coach. I am not a sponsored Weight Watchers person. I am a normal mom just trying to lose weight, and I found these 2-point cinnamon rolls online and thought I would show you guys how I made them.
We'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll
go. Next up, you're going to use non-fat Greek yogurt. I found this large container for like $3 or $4 at Aldi's. So I'm not a baker, so no judgment zone on how I'm making my cinnamon rolls. This is just the easiest way for me. I'm using the same measuring cup I used for the flour to measure out the 1 cup of Greek yogurt. I'm going to add that to the flour mixture. And then after you add the Greek yogurt, you're just going to continuously mix until you're forming a dough. This will be sticky. So when you're mixing, just form yourself a ball. I used a spoon to start out, and then you have to start using your hands. When you remove it from the bowl, you're going to add extra flour so that the dough is not sticking to your hands.
till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Once my dough ball was formed, I added more, like a pinch or two of flour to the countertop so that when I'm rolling out my dough is not sticking to the counter.
In number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see.
If you find that your dough is sticky to your hands or to the counter, I just kept adding a little bit more flour so that it was not sticking.
We'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on
Next up, you're going to use a 1/4 cup of light brown sugar and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. I'm sure you can mix the two together before putting it on your rolled out dough, but I just did this brown sugar first, and then I sprinkled the cinnamon over top. And then I kind of just like rubbed it together with my hands over top of the dough.
I don't want to waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't want to waste what's left. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways.
When you start rolling out your dough, you'll see that mine was not perfect, so hopefully yours is better looking than mine. What I did is I took a sharp knife and just cut off the 2 uneven edges. Then I cut down the center, and then from each 2 of the sides, I started making my cinnamon rolls. I laid them out on a glass baking dish that I had sprayed with some nonstick spray. Now this is Weight Watchers for me, so make sure you're using some oil-based spray or non-fat spray.
Melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to.
Even with my uneven edges that I cut off, I was still able to make 12 cinnamon rolls out of this roll.
And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Next up, after you're putting your cinnamon rolls into the oven, you're going to bake them at 375 for 18 minutes or until golden brown. I started making my icing. I used 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar or the confectioner's sugar and 1 teaspoon of milk. So you're going to generously mix these 2 together until like a icing is formed. I added a little bit more of the powdered sugar to the teaspoon of milk just because I like mine a little bit thicker of an icing, but that is completely up to you.
And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
So once my cinnamon rolls were removed out of the oven, I went ahead and drizzled my icing over each one. We like to put our icing on when our cinnamon rolls are hot, so it's melted and covering on over the top, but that is completely up to you as well.
I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us.
So this completes my instructions on how to make the 2-point cinnamon rolls. My son ate some for breakfast this morning and he loved them. The only thing that I noticed was they were a little bit harder instead of softer than I had expected. I don't know if that is a baker's error or if it was just because we used the Greek yogurt. So they do bake out differently than a regular cinnamon roll I'm used to, but they tasted so good. My kids loved them. I would just like to say thanks for watching this video, and if you like these Bake With Me videos, be sure to like and subscribe and leave in the comments below some other things you would like to see me make. And good luck with your weight loss journey. I know if you're like me, I'm a mom of 2, I'm a nurse, and I really do have a sweet tooth and it's hard to stop eating all sweets. So I hope these 2-point cinnamon rolls help with your sweet tooth craving, and good luck on your weight loss journey.
Along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't